Hello gang, Mark here again, coming with you with part number 4 of the song Keep Feeling Fascination by the Human League, a great song from the early 80s. And if you grew up in the 80s, you were already an awesome person because some of the best music came out through that time period. This is, one of the oldie but goodie songs, as the kids born past 1990 would say. Anyhow, so we're going to continue learning the songs, but before we get into the music, I just want to encourage you guys to remember to stay vigilant and to be patient. And remember, God is still in control of the situation that we are all in, and everybody's staying at home in isolation. And for those of us who are believers, guess what? We have absolutely no fear because we know that God's going to take care of everything in the end. As long as we just do our part. And while we're at home, take advantage of the time to learn new things. Learn things about God. Learn things about music. Learn things about life. Just take advantage of prayer and quiet time and all that fun stuff that sometimes we feel we're too busy to do, when technically, all in all, we're all really just bad time managers in the end. Anyhow, now that we have time, I'm taking this time to learn the song, and now I'm going to share what I'm learning with you guys. So here we go with part number 4. And remember, we did just the keyboard part, doing the bass line, the initial intro, the bam, 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 bam. No, I'm thinking of a totally different song. Oh, it goes down, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Anyways, we recorded it here, and I got it on a loop so that way you can refresh your memory. Pretty cool little groove, and I mean, if that doesn't already make you bop, then there's something wrong with you. No, it's all right. We all have our preferences, but that song already, the groove already is making me kind of like feel and move and groove a little bit. And I would like to thank a good old friend of mine. His name is Eric Stewart. I remember playing an incredible bass player, and I remember playing with him for the first time, and this guy was moving and grooving while playing the bass. And I was like, dude, this guy loves playing music, and he just kind of inspired me. And I was like, you know what? You know, how many of us see someone sitting there playing something, and we're like, there's like no movement, no joy, no entertainment or anything like that. And from learning from him the joy that you can actually get with music. If you want to see someone that really loves music, go watch Rick Beato. He's a professional YouTuber. This guy loves music too, and he's always an inspiration. But anyways, we're going to move on to the second part of the intro, and we're actually going to throw in the bass line with the actual bass itself. I do not have my bass here yet. My bass is not going to be here until later this week. But fortunately, a good friend of mine, his name is Art Withers, a great guy, plays bass for our church, Life Point. And since he hasn't been able to play for the last couple weeks, he's been kind enough to let me utilize his bass for worship. And I've been playing along with the worship team, trying to keep up, learn the instrument as I go. So Art, I know that you let me borrow this for worship, but now I'm going to use it for this video. I hope it's okay. And if it's not, you can bill me later. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. Anyways, the intro is exactly the same as what the keyboard was doing. It had the C to the E, F to the E, back up to the D, to the C, E, F, E, D, to the A, B, A, and that's an awful sound right there. Let me see if I got a cool little bass setting on my Helix. There we go. So that's pretty much it in itself, in a nutshell. And you can see I'm playing with a pick. I can try it with my fingers, but I'm not really proficient yet. But this is what it would sound like if you were playing with your fingers. Bum, 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 bum. A, B, A. So it's C, E, F, E, D, see what it sounds like. That's pretty much that in a nutshell. And I had this pre-recorded earlier, so we'll just kind of add in the bass that I recorded. So now, anyways, that's pretty much the bass line. In a nutshell, just for the initial intro, and then it plays that again when you get back into like the pre-chorus. So now that we're getting into the actual intro, where you hear the actual tag that the keyboard plays, the bass line plays a cool little song. Something like that. It's just the G to the F, 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 G to the F, F, F. And no, I'm not swearing. That's just the note. F, G to the F. And that's pretty much that going through. Now, to me, I'm kind of hearing something a little bit more. I may be way off base, but I think it adds a little bit of flair to it. And I'm hearing that there's like a D in there. You guys notice, like, wait a minute, he's playing the low E string. Why is he getting the D? Well, that's because I tuned my E string down to a D. So as I... I'm kind of throwing that flair, and it's that G, and I'm just hitting the D real quick. Bum, 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 hitting that F. And it sounds kind of like this. Let me go ahead and change up my looper on here. And it's going to sound like this. Pretty cool, huh? Kind of adds in a little bit of flair, and I guess it'd help if I turn the volume down there. So that's what we have on that portion. So that pretty much covers the first 7 seconds, and then going into the actual main chorus, intro. So if you go on the main intro, it has a cool sound. Oh, what is the setting on it? It has that, and that's the keyboard playing some kind of cool little synth sound. And I tried to find something the best that I can. Maybe if I put it on a better setting here. Oh! That's pretty much what the keyboard player is doing. That's it in a nutshell. Alright, so what I'm playing there is just an F. It's the F. For some reason, I just love doing like step notes. I guess it's just because I'm a guitar player and I just always hear them. It's like ba-dum, ba-dum, F to the G, F, G to A, down to the D. So F to the G to the A, down to the D. So, okay, something like that. Or if you're a really great keyboard player, which I am not. Where you can kind of throw the E, go the E. Or if you really want to be a great keyboard player, it has this little slide button here. Now they got like on most keyboards now, but this is like an older keyboard. This keyboard has to be at least 30 years old. But they have this cool little thing right here where you can shift it up a pitch or drop it down a pitch. And they kind of designed it because keyboard players were kind of jealous of guitar players, because guitar players can slide and bend their notes and do pinched harmonics and all that good stuff. So they decided to put them on keyboard players so they didn't feel left out. I'm kidding, that's not the real reason why they did it, but just having fun. So you can kind of do the... Pretty much it in a nutshell. Are we good? So that's pretty much how you do the intro in itself. So when we're playing the intro, it's going to sound like this. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see if we can do it. I know we can. There. Pretty cool, right? That's the main tag. That's the part that everybody recognizes of that song, other than, you know, the people actually singing. But after listening to the song, there's more layers than that. There is another keyboard part in there that I was listening to, and it has like a cool little like old organ sound to it. And it is it's kind of like laying down like a layer. It's not really doing anything fancy. Let me see if I can find the setting on here. Alpha 851. It has like a little cool sound. So once you have that dun 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 dun, there's another keyboard that's going on, and it sounds like this. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. So let's see what that sounds like. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm actually playing the chords, and it's just the first and the third of the chords on this. So it's just like, excuse me, the F going, climbing up to the G, to the A, back down to the F. So I'm just hitting two notes. So it's the F, G, A, F, back to the G, to the A, G, F. And this is what it sounds like with everything together. We're going to throw in that cool bass line, or not, we're going to throw in the bass line, we're going to throw in the bass, and we're going to throw in the actual intro tag, and we're going to see what it all sounds like together. Pretty neat. So now you throw all that together. I think you probably already heard what it sounds like played together. You know, that little keyboard part is just going to be super low in the background. And that's pretty much the intro in a nutshell. I'm probably going to throw in some guitar and stuff in there later to kind of fill it out a little bit. But that's the song. First, 12 measures of the song. That's the first 12 measures of the song. So that's what we got so far. So now we're going to get into the verse, and that has some more keyboard and bass stuff that's going to work together. So everyone, just remember, stay encouraged. We're all going to get through this together, and we're all going to know how to play this song by the end. God bless you all, and we'll see you on part number 5.